just do a quick review of what I'm planning on doing. So I'm planning a Bad Boy Bobby review. Um, I don't know whether to review, but appraisal maybe, and see how that comes on. I also interested in doing what would you say? I was watching Prime Minister's Question Time, and I mean I quite like Jeremy Corbyn and what he stands for, but there's a little bit of something that I'm not sure about, and I think it stood out. I think it might be in the fourth. What was it? Fourth. It was not so long ago anyway. I got one of the later videos of it, and I was quite surprised at how they sit in there. Just he's part of he's part of the problem. I saw him and the Prime Minister, whoever he. I can't remember his name. I know who he is, but I can't remember his name. They were talking, and the Prime Minister was focusing on Jeremy Corbyn's calling people from whoever's fighting Jewish people, trying to call them up and calling it his friends, and they kept switching, and Jeremy Corbyn was trying to talk about social issues, but they kept just talking about their own stuff. So Jeremy Corbyn would chuck something out to Prime Minister, and then that guy would counter with an argument of his own, which had nothing to do with the statement. But then Jeremy Corbyn would just come back to his argument, and none of them are actually listening to each other, and none of them are actually discussing the problem. So it's kind of boring and pretty useless, and I wouldn't want to be honest with you, I wouldn't want to vote for either of them as a Prime Minister, because I don't want that sort of shit happening. So that was just phone going off. So yeah. So that'd be interesting. I don't know whether I want to do a react video or something, maybe cut some bits off. But it'd be interesting to see what they're doing, and maybe have a look at, see if we can cash in an insight into what they're actually after and trying to find out. Because what was going on? I mean, maybe come close to the election they'll start acting. I don't know. They're probably scared to broach subjects, aren't they? So yeah. So there's that, and movie Bad Boy Bubby, which I think is quite a controversial film. I've heard people really hate it. I personally was moved by it, but I know there's some shit to get through. There's possibly animal cruelty in there, so it'd be good for me to have a look at it from perspective of what's really happening. But it's if you can handle black humour and you're in a space to be able to take that sort of shit, it can be it's got wonderful moving parts in it. But if you're kind of, if you're not open, then I'm sure it can be a real piece of shit. So so there we go. So yeah, cool. So let's see. Is there anything else? Yeah, let's go for it. So this is my first YouTube video. I kind of also wanted to talk about the YouTube, PewDiePie. At least I can remember his name. PewDiePie's YouTube video that he did on people knocking on his door, and I thought that was great, and I think that kind of empowered me to sort of see what my boundaries are with this sort of thing. And he had people knocking on the door at his house and coming to visit him, and I suppose that's been like a fear of doing stuff like this, because if there was any chance of getting popular, then that sort of thing would scare, it just, I don't like people knocking on my door, basically. So yeah, so interesting. So yeah, I suppose also talk about what my boundaries are, that I think I mean, it was beautiful him saying I could be out having a piss and I would happily speak to you, and I really doubt if I'm on that level. I struggle to have a piss sometimes anyway if there's people around. Um, but but yeah, kind of in that sort of line. I was impressed with his video, and I find it very beautiful that there's a real growth in a lot of the YouTubers I've seen. There's been YouTubers that I've really disliked and taken against, and I'm starting to see them in a new light because a lot of them are addressing issues that are important to me, you know, and standing their ground and not giving in to bullshit and setting their boundaries, and I like that. So yeah, cool. Right. Anything else? Looking at you in the reflection there. Cool. Right, I've got to get some food on. I'm trying to get this thing. It's a piece of meat, lamb or pork, a kilogram for a kilogram. So a kilogram of meat for a kilogram of onions. You chop the meat up into big chunks, shove it in with the onions, and smear it all in mayonnaise. I've never done this before. This is a Ukrainian recipe, and you mix all that up, and then you leave it for up to 24 hours. You could leave it 4 hours apparently. So so yeah, I'm going to do that and maybe barbecue that sometime. So I apologise if there's any vegans or people who are cruelty free. I might cut this bit out. I don't know. But that's kind of where I am at the moment. I don't really. I don't know how to cook nutritious food vegan at the moment. I'm a bit out of it and a bit scared, maybe, a bit lost. So I don't have any decent recipes where I think, oh yeah, that's nourishing and cool, you know. Yeah, cool. So in this video, I'm staring at a picture of myself, so I'm actually having a conversation with myself. Oh, I can do that. You can speak to you. Right. Okay. So I could just say a ta at some point and edit it somewhere if I can be asked to edit it. And how do we finish? You need an event thing, don't you, where you're doing so that I take it if I'm editing this, I want to be doing a bit of space to be able to edit an ending but have an ending on and then know when to cut it. So when do I want to finish this film? 7:57, so I might be running out of space anyway. So yeah, I don't know. I kind of see people say goodbye and I don't know. Yeah, maybe it's just end it. Just watching Pete's Dragon on the Movies Encounter, Movie Sins, and kind of, yeah, on my first video review, kind of disgusted actually. I saw this bit where his family is coming to get him, this little kid, and what they're saying is all I mean, it's done in the cartooning, like ha 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 ha, we're out to get you type stuff, but the content of what they're saying is really murderous, nasty. They're selling him on to somebody, and it's like, that is shit. That's disgusting. I think that's an R rating for kids. That should not. I mean, I know there's people who've seen it and enjoyed it, but it just, I don't know. I'd want a warning to know that wasn't. And I'd also like to have known that, because I fancied seeing this when it came out. There were just stuff about, I might have gone to see it, but it's also musical, you know. I kind of expected like a proper story-driven thing. So yeah, right. That'll do. Yeah. Bye.